A lot of times mothers forget to be vulnerable because we live in an individualistic culture that tells us that we have to figure it all out. And that could not be further from the truth. You need to lean into developing a new community that can support you in this journey of mothering. I'm grateful for the Jai Institute of Parenting because I was able to get that. I couldn't wait to become a mother. I dreamed about it. I thought about who they would be. I journaled about it. I simply couldn't wait. And when I finally gave birth to my first child, it did not disappoint. I was overwhelmed with just a pure sense of joy and excitement. Every smile, every giggle, every movement of my new child, I was just elated. Month after month, I was just enjoying it. Further into this process, I found myself experiencing something I was not prepared to experience. I couldn't do the things I used to do in the same way. I couldn't just get up and go to the store. I couldn't simply go hang out with my friends. I always had to be thinking about this beautiful being that I created. And so, are they okay? Are they eating enough? Are they sleeping enough? I was always thinking about my new child. And I found myself feeling lost. I was unprepared to experience a feeling of loss in motherhood. I was like, I'm adding to myself. How can I feel lost? But I did. And what I realized is that we culturally celebrate the highlights of mothering, but not the day-to-day experience. And so it's so easy to feel lost. We're excited about baby showers and gender reveals. But when it comes to the day-to-day experience of cleaning people and washing floors and talking to them constantly, there's no celebration. So it's really easy to feel kind of like you get missing somewhere because nobody's celebrating it. Nobody is there to celebrate. You wash the dishes for your children again, and that can make us feel lost. So I realized I needed to fill that gap. I started to look into ways to lean into mothering instead of move away from it. And there's 4 things I came up with that has allowed me to feel more complete in motherhood. And I want to share it with you guys. And the first thing is just be clear about why you wanted to become a mother. I looked around the world and I knew I wanted to contribute something. The why is very, very, very important. Why leads to purpose, and purpose creates motivation to do things that we might not otherwise want to do. And so I found myself being able to enjoy motherhood again because I knew I was going to raise people who would be able to contribute powerfully to the world. That's why I wanted to bring them. And so the grueling work became more acceptable and enjoyable again because it was bigger than me. It wasn't just I'm doing something because I got to do it. It was I am contributing to a life who would then contribute to the world. That can change the experience. There's no way to lose myself when I know it's bigger than me. The second thing is to accept that mothering is now a part of you. I had to realize that I am a mother, and that is a big part of me now. Instead of separating my mothering from my career and all the other things I do, they became very integrated. This is one reason why I became a parenting coach, why I signed up with Jai to learn about being an effective parent, because I wanted to lean into it. So the hours of napping with my child and my new baby just laying on my chest became valuable again because it's who I am and it's how I'm going to contribute to the world. I was able to connect with what my child needed and help them develop secure attachment so they can go out into the world and contribute. That is who I am. That is a superpower. And I'm able to lean into understanding that that is a big part of me. You cannot be in a room with me for long without realizing or knowing that I'm a mother. I have a PhD. I'm a college professor. I write for some major publications. But above all, I am a mother. And that is the power of who I am instead of the part of me I want to hide. And so remembering that this is who you are. So don't separate it. That'll help you not feel lost because you see it as the part of you that you would never want to lose. The third thing is lean into support. This is a big one because a lot of times mothers forget to be vulnerable because we live in an individualistic culture that tells us that we have to figure it all out. And that could not be further from the truth. You need to lean into developing a new community that can support you in this journey of mothering. I'm grateful for the Jai Institute of Parenting because I was able to get that. I still connect with some of the people who was in my cohort, and we talk about our experiences as mothers and parents. Lean into that support. We were never meant to do this alone. And so when we feel supported, it's hard to feel lost because now you have more people around you who understand, who have been through what you've been through, who are helping you accomplish what you want to accomplish as a parent. And the very last thing is so powerful, especially today with social media, is avoid comparing yourself to other mothers. This is a big one. When we compare our full story to somebody's highlight reel, we're always going to feel disconnected. Think about what it takes to put on a good image. We don't usually get to see people's background. We get to see what they show us, the finished product. And it's very easy for us to feel like, oh my gosh, how did they do all of those things? Or how did they accomplish that? When I knew for me, I had to get up at 5 o'clock. I had to clean up some more stuff my children dropped. The house is a mess. They probably have the same things, most likely. But we know that full story for ourselves. And so it's easy for us to feel not as valuable when we compare ourselves to their curated image that they showed. And so it's not a competition. We're literally in this together. And it's important to remember that when we are thinking about ourselves. These are 4 ways that you can never lose yourself in motherhood or regain what you feel like you've lost. Know your why. Accept that mothering is a part of who you are. Lean into support and avoid comparison. When we do this, we can feel powerful because when we remember that mothering is a superpower, there's no way that we can lose ourselves.